episode titled A Strange Cave. It was a normal morning. Mummy Pig was making breakfast, Daddy Pig was reading the newspaper, Peppa came downstairs and said, "Good morning," and George was sitting on the floor playing with his dinosaur. He quietly repeated "dinosaur" while moving the toy around. Everything felt calm. After breakfast, George went outside. He followed a familiar road but turned earlier than usual and reached a hill. There was a cave. He did not remember seeing it before. The entrance was dark and silent. George stood there for a moment, then walked inside. The air felt cold. He took a step. The sound of his footsteps echoed off the walls. George said, "Dinosaur," and he heard an answer, but something was wrong. The sound came slightly before he finished saying the word. George stopped. He said, "Dinosaur," again, and again the sound came first, as if someone already knew what he was going to say. George walked deeper. It became darker inside. He could hear his footsteps, but sometimes it felt like there were more than there should be. He stopped. The footsteps stopped too. George turned around. No one was there. He took another step, and again, the sound came before him. George started walking faster. He felt uneasy. Then he heard a voice. It sounded exactly like his own. "Dinosaur." But George was not speaking at that moment. He froze. In the darkness ahead, there was a figure. It looked like him, but it did not move. George stepped back. The figure did not repeat the movement immediately. George turned and walked out of the cave. He did not run, but he moved quickly. When he stepped back into the light, everything felt normal again. In the evening, George sat at home and played. Everything seemed calm, but sometimes he started to say "dinosaur" and stopped, as if waiting for the sound to come first. Peppa noticed this. At night, she woke up because of a quiet voice. She looked into the hallway. George was standing there. He was not moving. He softly said, "Dinosaur," but the sound came twice. In the morning, everything seemed normal. George was playing on the floor. He opened his mouth to speak, and for a moment it felt like the sound had already happened before he did.